A very good morning. Welcome to the Morning News. This is the first bulletin of the day right here on TV3. We are live on Facebook as TV3 Ghana, on DSTV's channel 279. My name is Josh Quinning. Top of the stories is out. Ghana Police Service reiterates readiness to provide security for the Electoral Commission to complete the coalition and declaration of parliamentary results in the Ablikma North constituency. And 3 Chinese nationals kidnapped during a pirate attack on fishing vessel in March this year, rescued after a month in captivity. Also coming up this morning, bill to review taxes and levies on imported vehicles and equipment for industrial and agricultural purposes to be laid before Parliament. Well, you have details of these stories and many more coming up in the next 20 minutes if you spend your time with me. On to our very first story. The Ghana Police Service says it is ready to provide security for the Electoral Commission to complete the coalition and declaration of parliamentary results in the Ablikma North constituency. At a news conference, Director General of the Criminal Investigations Department, COP Lydia Donko, stated that once the Electoral Commission signals readiness to proceed, the police will not hesitate to offer the necessary security support.
The election coalition, as Director of Public Affairs said, if the EC is ready, we are always ready to provide the security. So I believe that they will take it up with the Inspector General of Police, but the service is always ready to provide the needed security support for any exercise, whether it's the EC or any other institution.
Well, trust TV3 to keep up on this very development and finish with updates in our subsequent bulletins. Another 3 Chinese nationals kidnapped during a pirate attack on fishing vessel MV Mehin 1 in Ghana's territorial waters in March this year have been rescued after a month in captivity. Police say the 2 were abandoned along a riverbank at an undisclosed location in Delta State, Nigeria. Director General of the Criminal Investigations Department, COP Lydia Donko, has been providing updates on this and other related criminal incidents. Take a listen.
On March 27, 2025, pirates attacked a fishing vessel in Ghana's territorial waters, taking 3 Chinese national crew members hostage. Investigations revealed that the vessel was targeted by armed criminals aboard a wooden outboard-powered boat, wielding sophisticated weapons. The pirates also destroyed all communication devices installed on the vessel. According to police reports, following a 24-hour voyage, the hostages were abandoned at a marshy river bank in an unidentified location in Nigeria's Delta State. The traumatized victims reportedly wandered through the dense bush until they reached a village where locals assisted them in contacting the Chinese embassy in Abuja. Director General of the Police CID, COP Lydia Donko, corroborated the information.
The police has been investigating this case as well, and so far 4 people, the boatswain Clever, Victor Kojo Akwali, Eugene Chubuke Mwonam, Chinese cook Zhao Langhao, and second engineer Zhao Hua have been arrested in connection with the case and have been put before the Tema District Court while investigation continues.
COP Lydia Donko also provided an update on the case involving 2 Ghanaian women who were kidnapped in Nigeria. She disclosed that 8 individuals, including a local mobile money vendor and a telecommunications staff member, have been arrested and are currently facing prosecution. Police say the 2 women were lured into Nigeria through a romance scam, only to be held hostage, stripped naked, and subjected to severe trauma. The kidnappers demanded a ransom of 500,000 cedis from the relatives of each victim. Authorities tracked the mobile money numbers provided for ransom payment, leading to the arrest of suspects in both Nigeria and Ghana. The Nigerian suspects are said to be members of QNet, a group known for its involvement in human trafficking. Both the Nigerian kidnappers and the Ghanaian victims are currently in the custody of the Nigerian police in Abuja.
We have, through our Interpol office, written to our counterparts in Abuja. They have received the request. It's being worked on, and I believe that very soon we would be receiving them. So as and when they come, I believe we'll inform inform the media and especially their families. We are in touch with their families as well. So hopefully it should be very soon.
In a separate development, police have arrested 5 individuals believed to be connected to the murder of 5 persons at Esiao near Insaum in the eastern region. Preliminary investigations point to a violent clash between 2 rival sound-winning groups in the area. At the crime scene, police retrieved a Toyota Tacoma vehicle, 4 cartridge shells, and the bodies of the 5 victims. Through the vigilance of police personnel from the Western Central Command, the suspects were intercepted and arrested while attempting to flee to Bodie in the Wasser-Kropon area of the Western region. The bodies have since been deposited at the police hospital morgue for autopsy and preservation. Stanley Niblew, TV3 News, Accra.
Well, in more news this morning, the former secretary of the Inter-Ministerial Committee on Illegal Mining, Charles Bissue, and 1 other accused have been granted a 200,000 cedi bill each with 2 sureties. The High Court on Tuesday ordered them to also deposit their passports to the court's registry. It follows charges leveled against them by the special prosecutor in connection with illegal mining operations.
The office of the special prosecutor slapped 15 counts of corruption charges against Charles Bissue and 1 Andio for allegedly using public office for personal gains. The OSP alleges that Bissue abused his position as secretary of the Inter-Ministerial Committee on Illegal Mining by accepting 15,000 cedis to circumvent established procedures guiding mining operations. Through his action, according to the charge sheet, Charles Bissue is also alleged to have unlawfully fast-tracked the renewal of mining permit for specific reasons. Appearing before the criminal court on Tuesday, both accused persons pleaded not guilty to the charges. The court admitted them to bail, setting the bond at 200,000 cedis bail each with 2 sureties. However, one of the sureties must be justified. The matter has been adjourned to 29th May 2025 for a case management conference, a procedural step designed to streamline the trial process and set timelines. Legal representatives declined to comment after the sitting.
And so Charles Bissue on 29th April 2025 issued a statement on this matter, and he asserted that he had always complied fully with the legal and ethical frameworks that guided the position he held. And so any claims of misconduct were baseless and would be fought vigorously following due process, after which he submitted his plea in the court on Tuesday. As part of the bail conditions, both accused persons are to submit their passport at the registry of the court and also report themselves to the office of the special prosecutor once every month. Christian Yale, TV3 News, Accra High Court.
And now the Supreme Court has, in a 3-2 majority decision, refused an application by MP for Otago Vincent Assefuah seeking to halt the processes against the removal of the Chief Justice. The court had earlier overruled 2 objections by lawyer for the MP, Korle-Bu, against acting Chief Justice Bafo Boni sitting on the panel and the reconstitution of a new panel hearing the case. Lord Iruasari reports.
Former Attorney General and lawyer for the Otago legislator, Korle-Bu, sought to get the acting Chief Justice to recuse himself from hearing the matter, citing the interest of justice. He intimated that although Justice Bafo Boni was the most senior justice of the Supreme Court, the determination of the matter will affect his status, and as such he should refrain from the case for the administration of justice and public confidence in the judiciary. But Deputy Attorney General Dr. Justice Remsai disagreed. He argued that the views of the former AG were misconceived, adding that the assumption of Justice Bafo Boni acting as Chief Justice was not for personal benefit, but for duty. In the end, the 5-member panel of justices overruled the objection by unanimous decision. The Apex Court also overruled another objection by Korle-Bu after he sought to challenge the reconstitution of a new panel hearing the matter. 3 new justices, including the acting Chief Justice, were reconstituted into the existing panel. The rest are Emmanuel Yonukulendi and Amadou Tanko. The former AG withdrew the injunction application seeking to prevent the President from forwarding the petition to the Council of State in the determination of the prima facie against the Chief Justice. On the substantive matter seeking the revocation of the warrant suspending the Chief Justice, Godfrey Dame argued that the President ought to have notified the CJ of the petitions against her and taken her response before proceeding with the consultation process, and urged the court to reverse the order to suspend her. Dr. Sremsai, however, opposed the former Attorney General. He noted that Gertrude Tokonu was heard before a case was established against her, leading for the issuance of warrants for her to step aside. After hearing arguments, the court refused the application by the Old Tafo MP and struck out the second suit filed by the second plaintiff, Emmanuel Osei Owusu. The full reasoning of the court will be made available on May 21.
With a decision by the Apex Court, the committee set up to investigate the petition asking for the removal of Chief Justice Gertrude Tokonu can now proceed without any impediments. We'll see what their decision will be once the investigations are done. Lord Igasari, TV3 News, Accra.
Meanwhile, former Attorney General Godfrey Dame and his client, Old Tafo Member of Parliament, have been reacting to the outcome of their suit. Deputy Attorney General Dr. Justice Adam Strai also maintains the decision of the court to reinforce their position. Take a listen.
The producer is from this country. We've never seen any development like that before. Whenever there's a dispute as to the state of the Chief Justice in this country, start from 1980 before the Attorney General, start from 1983, 94, happened, and we go to 2005, they're about JT Medor, the Chief Justice in question, and panel the court, but never sat on the matter. I mean, so it cannot be right for the Attorney General to say on the matter. But that's it. We will see the 3-2 ruling, very narrow decision. We'll wait for the reasons. When the reasons come, we'll definitely advise ourselves.
To fall versus Attorney General clearly tells you that in reading the Constitution, you have to do so by the letter and the spirit. If anybody tells you that because something has not been clearly stated in the Constitution, for that matter, it has no potency, I am telling you that that is not the case.
Decisions of the court today really confirms what we have been saying all this while, that there is no legitimate, legal, constitutional basis for all these processes that the former Attorney General has filed on behalf of Honorable Aseke. Today you notice that even injunction, they had 2 injunctions on the record, and when they were asked, they quickly withdrew one and allowed the other, which is clearly an abuse of the court process. To keep filing processes with the hope that one of them will stand is really not a good practice for a lawyer to do, and that is what happened.
Dr. Sremsai is Deputy Minister of Justice and Attorney General. If you just tune in, you're watching the Morning News. This is the first bulletin of the day right here on TV3. Let's know what you make of the decision to suspend the Chief Justice and other stories I've aired so far. Go onto Facebook, here live TV3 Ghana. Engage us and surely read a comment and share them to the rest of the world. And now the Korle-Bu renal unit has resumed dialysis services to renal disease patients after almost 2 weeks of shutdown due to shortage of consumables. TV3 checks at the facility on Tuesday has revealed that the patients are already being called and scheduled for their sessions. A report by Sarah Apankro.
According to the renal disease patients, they haven't had access to the unit for their dialysis sessions since Tuesday, April 29. But emergency services were in force. Close to 200 patients do their dialysis sessions at the Korle-Bu Teaching Hospital. They were told there was shortage of consumables. This meant they had to resort to private facilities to get their dialysis done, which they claimed puts undue financial pressure.
This morning, when we came back trying to find out from them what exactly was going on, and we were informed that they are now going for a meeting to ascertain the situation of them. But I think after some hours, most of my patients started calling, they've been called to come back, and I think the unit is working now. As to whether it's going to continue or not, we are yet to find out how it's going to be. We just thank God that for about 2 weeks now we've not had any bad news, but most of my patients are complaining. Some of them are saying they are breathing through their nose.
President of the renal disease patients, Kojo Bafwa Hinkra, maintains they are unhappy with the recurrence of the situation, demanding answers.
In fact, personally, I was not expecting to hear some of these things again, because I think last year we had a lot of challenges of this thing, and I was hoping the authorities will set up on this issue, because the question is, do you sit down to say the consumables are finished, you don't even have for the outpatient? It's neither here nor there. I mean, we don't take this excuse. We don't know what is going on, whether it's politics, whether it's real. Somebody needs to come and talk to us and tell us exactly what is going on. These are human lives.
Authorities of the hospital are, however, yet to make an official statement on the situation. Sarah Apenku, TV3 News, Accra.
Hopefully, there's no recurrence of a shutdown of the dialysis unit of the Korle-Bu Teaching Hospital. And now, Ghana's official gold reserves have soared to 31.37 tons as of April 2025, nearly 4 times the stockpile recorded in May 2023. The Bank of Ghana says this sharp increase is part of its effort to strengthen the cedi and diversify foreign reserves by purchasing more domestically mined gold.
Ghana is fast building its gold reserves, reaching 31.37 tons by the end of April this year, up from just 8.78 tons in May 2023. The Bank of Ghana attributes this sharp rise to its domestic gold purchase program, which aims to reduce the country's dependence on traditional foreign currencies and strengthen the local economy. A key driver of this policy is the Gold Board, an oversight body created under President John Dramani Mahama to regulate and formalize the sale of gold by small-scale miners. Gold Board has been instrumental in recent negotiations with 9 large-scale mining firms, securing a deal for them to sell 20% of their gold production directly into the local market. This has allowed the central bank to accumulate more gold without draining foreign exchange reserves. The strategy not only supports financial stability, but also taps into Ghana's strength as Africa's leading gold producer to boost national development.
Well, on that good note, we end the morning news. For more news updates, just log on to our website at 3news.com. Also follow us on Instagram, TV3.gh, for all the latest updates. My name is Josh Quinnin. In a world where you can be anything, just be kind. It costs nothing to be kind. Roland is standing by, and the others will continue with the morning show right after the break. Have a good morning.